We are Biafran, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretending to get us through colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Naturally, we are educationally, we are loaded. Mentally, we can check our run to war. Mbanoga kelele, mama and papa can go sing in French. Bikoga kelele, anywhere you from, around the world. Mbanoga kelele, come and see who we are. Bikoga kelele, Mbengoa, Yenoga kelele.
Thank you for joining.
Welcome to Biafra.
Please like and share, like and share. Click like and share. As you're joining, you click like and share.
Anywhere you from, around the world, come and see who we are. You are welcome. Welcome to Biafra. You're from everybody see you are welcome.
Thank you so much, my sister Kazaya. Thank you so much. God bless you too.
We are Biafrans. We believe in quality education. We can be partners. If you are ready for innovation,
Thank you, my sister. Please share as you're joining. You like the video and share. Like and share. As you're joining, like and share. Thank you so much for joining.
what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isodom. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in Sosine Bigebi. He said,
welcome, fellow Biafrans. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Welcome, fellow comrade, and everyone that is watching. Welcome, friends and well-wishers of Biafrans, wherever you are watching from across the world. If you are watching from Biafra land, I appreciate you. You are watching from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand. Whichever part of the world you are watching from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and keep you safe. Thank you so much for joining me on this program today. Once again, as you all know, we always gather here on daily basis to speak on the issue that concerns us Biafrans, to encourage each other and to continue to look for a way forward, and also pass information about the critical time that we are in. That is why I'm here once again. I have to remind you that you're in a platform autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiama himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where I stand. We speak the truth, nothing but the truth. We are consistent in our movement and in our demands. We are not relenting back. We're not changing an inch. We are not twisting the world. We are not moving an inch. And we're not here to gossip nor talk against people. We're not here to fight against anybody, nor to preach hate speech against anybody. But we are here to set the record straight. We say live and let's live. For those who say we should not live, they will never live either. Thank you so much for joining. Today, you all know that we had the good news today, as you have all known, that we are victorious. Everything that is happening today is pointing to the coming of Biafra. Everything you are hearing today is pointing to the coming of Biafra. 130 days to go. Every single thing that you are hearing today is pointing to the coming of Biafra. Whatever you are seeing today is a sign to show you that Biafra is coming, and no man born of a woman can stop it. The Biafra struggle that we are in today, the coming of Biafra we are talking about, it is something that is being orchestrated by Chukwu Okike Abiama himself, not by any man. Not by any man. That is why you see that everything is working for our own good. That is why you can see that every single thing is working for our own good. Without our effort, without making too much effort, without crying about it, it is happening. When Chukwu Okike Abiama is in charge, everything becomes easy. And that is why I tell every Biafran, when you hear us saying 130 days to go, don't try to use your brain to figure out how it's going to happen. Do not try to belittle Chukwu Okike Abiama. Do not try to limit Chukwu Okike Abiama what he can do. All you got to do is to key in into that prophecy, and you will see it come to pass. Don't begin to imagine. When we say 130 days to go, you begin to imagine in your mind, how is it going to happen? Which aircraft are we going to use? Which arm are we going to use? Which armor tank are you going to use? My dear brothers and sisters, all you have to do is to prepare yourself for the coming Biafra. Do not belittle Chukwu Okike Abiama. Don't try to limit Chukwu Okike Abiama what he will do. Don't try to limit him. If you are trying to limit Chukwu Okike Abiama in your mind, you are just wasting your time and you are just distracting yourself. Open your heart, open your mind wide, and allow Chukwu Okike Abiama to take charge. As we are in an autopiloted movement today, the movement that we're in, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike Abiama himself, not by man. That is why I tell you, when you hear autopilot, it doesn't literally mean an organization. It doesn't mean nobody is in charge. It is Chukwu Okike Abiama himself that is piloting the affairs of Biafra today. Chukwu Okike Abiama is the one piloting the affairs of Biafra, using people he has chosen by himself. Not because you love those people, not because you choose them, not because they are from your area. Chukwu Okike Abiama is choosing people he desires to choose. They are the people he is using today to make things work. That is why you see everything is working for our own good. Every single thing. Even when they make their move and make their plan against us, it turns out for our own good. Every single move they make against us, against Nnamdi Kanu, it turns out for our own good. That is why I tell you, Biafrans, do not scare. Forward ever and backward never. Forward ever and backward never. That is why I love my brother Master Simon Epa so much. He is moving ahead, undeterred. He's not distracted. He responds to you when he has to respond. But he's focused. Focus on that movement. Focus on following the target to get Biafra. There is nothing else that has to bother you today than how to get Biafra. Because it is the Biafra. Biafra is the only thing you can hand over to Nnamdi Kanu as victory. Nothing else. Please, as you are joining, like and share. As you are joining this broadcast, like and share. That is the way you can help us to spread this gospel. You know, the gospel of Biafra. Most of the time, the media, they don't allow us to send information. They don't send notification to Biafrans. So it is when you are liking and sharing, that is when other people will be notified that we are online. So please help and share. And like also, share in any platform you are. If you are in any WhatsApp group, in any group at all, share it on there. Let people hear us and send the message across. Today, as you all know, we score another point as usual. Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu won again in Abia State today. They won again in Abia State today. And the court said that they should return Nnamdi Kanu wherever they have gotten him from. That no court in Nigeria should try Nnamdi Kanu because he is innocent. He has not committed any crime in Nigerian soil. He has not done anything wrong to them. If they want to extradite him for any reason whatsoever, they should send him back to wherever they brought him from and then follow the legal procedure. That is what the court says today. Another winning. But because we are dealing with monsters, we are dealing with shameless people. You can't shame the shameless. When you are dealing with the shameless, it's difficult because you cannot shame the shameless. They keep on shamelessly going to their court again and again and again. And each time they go to the court, they come back with shame. And why is it happening in that form? Let me tell you, if the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama is not in this, If the hand of Chukwu Okabia is not in this, it will not be the way it is. That is why I tell you that you have to be mindful of time. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is working with time. Mazen Simon Ekpa is working with time. Every one of us have to key in, work with the time that we are in. The time that we are in is a time that Chukwu Okabia is ready to redeem Biafra land. But you and I, we have to play our own role. Do not go and sleep. In as much as it is the time, in as much as it is that time that Chukwu Okabia wants to save us, we must have to key in into the time of God. Key in into that time of Chukwu Okabia. Key in into that his time. Key in into the time of the Almighty. When you key in, don't try to figure out how he's going to do it. Do not try to figure out in your brain how he's going to fight the fight, how we are going to win. Just key in. Believe. Believe. When you believe it, you will see it happening. Just like I used to tell you here, that for me, I have been living in Biafra for a very long time. I have been living in the reality of Biafra for a very long time. I don't see Biafra as a dream. Very long time ago, I stopped seeing Biafra as a dream. You know what dream is? Sometimes when you dream, you will never see it happen. You might dream you buy a car, you might dream you build a house, you might dream you buy a yacht, you might dream you become a president, you might dream you become this and that, but in your lifetime, you might not see it. But when you come to reality, what you see is what you get. That is what Biafra is today. Biafra is a reality. I see it, I live it, I breathe it, I say it. That is how I see Biafra. And it is high time that every one of us, we have to start seeing Biafra as a reality, not a dream. When you see the things that are unfolding on a daily basis, the way things are unfolding, without much effort, you see this, the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you could remember at the first place, in the first instance, all our enemies, they were taken and it's all over. All the enemies of Biafra and the enemies of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, some of them have concluded within themselves. They have even jailed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and gave him sentence by themselves. Some of the enemies, they have concluded within themselves. When we were shouting and saying, release him unconditionally, they were laughing at us. Some of them will come to the conventional meeting and say, don't mind, they don't know what they're saying. They say they don't know what they're saying. Release who unconditionally. They will begin to tell you somebody that is facing this charge, facing that charge, facing that. They will begin to name several things. They take us to be stupid people that we don't know what you're saying. But finally, without much effort, Chukwu Okabia himself used their own court against them. Do you think that those judges who freed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did it on their own? Do you think that they did that on their own volition? In the zoological republic called Nigeria, the judiciary are so scared that if the presidency can be able to remove the Chief Justice of the Federation, who are you? If the presidency can remove the Chief Justice of the Federation and throw him away without any proper procedure, without committing any offense, they remove the Chief Justice of the Federation. If they can do it, who are you? Who again would they touch? Who again would they touch? But it is because the hand of God is in the situation. We are working with the time. The time has come when Chukwu Okabia want to redeem his people, and there is nothing any man can do. It doesn't matter whether you agree or you don't agree. It doesn't matter whether you like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu or don't like it. It doesn't matter if you like Biafrans or you don't like Biafrans. The time has come for Biafrans to go. And the people, even people that hate Biafra, will begin to work for our favor. People that hate Biafra, at the time that we're in, people that hate Biafra, Chukwu Okabia will use them to be working for Biafra. That is why I tell you, don't bother about the life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. His life is in the hand of Chukwu Okabia. The life of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in the life of Chukwu Okabia. Do not bother about him. Everything you need to do is to be focused on pursuing that thing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu needs. That thing that he desires so much. That thing that made him to lose his father and mother. That thing that he has sacrificed, the most valuable thing in his life, he has sacrificed it for. That is what you are going to pursue. If you love Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and you care about him, continue to look towards that thing. Get it and give it to him. Then, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be relaxed and have the freedom which he desires. That is why I love Master Simon Ekpa. He is focused on the target. He is focused. He is not talking about irrelevant issues. Focused on the actualization of Biafra. As we are working in days, 130 days to go, as we are going, looking towards those days, there is no going back anywhere. We are not flinching an inch. We are not stepping back an inch. It doesn't matter what they say in their court. It doesn't matter what they do in their court. It doesn't matter how long they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter. Already, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is signed and sealed and settled. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a free man today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a free man. Holding him in DSS is against his will and is against the law. Today, it has become much clearer that anything the Biafrans do today, they have a right for whatever they do. They have a right for whatever they do. It has become clear before the whole world that the zoological republic called Nigeria is a lawless country. Is a lawless place, a place where they do not respect law and order. And in such place, how do you survive? To your tent, O Israel. People have to fight for their life to survive. You don't have to wait for anyone to fight for you. Do not wait. If you wait for somebody to fight for you, you are actually endangering your life. Already, the zoological republic have made every indigenous tribe an endangered species. Your life is in your hand. It is left for you to protect yourself. If you decide to gamble with your life, whatever happened to you, you will be responsible for it. If you decide to gamble with your life, whatever happens to you, you will be responsible. And when I'm saying this, I'm not referring to Biafrans alone, including our Oduduwa brothers, the Middle Belters, every indigenous tribe in that country called Nigeria. If you gamble with your life, whatever happens to you, you will be responsible for it. Because today, nobody will say you will not say you didn't hear. It didn't say you have not seen. If you have not seen, you have heard. And you have known what the Zoological Republic is. That this is a country where they have handed it over to the terrorists. The terrorists are in charge of that zoo. Very much in charge. And the only way for you to be alive is to save yourself and separate yourself from them. You see, for a very long time, when they started their so-called election, when they began their election and their campaign, their media was silent. Every of their media became silent about the Fulani herdsmen attack. There was silence everywhere. But I want you to know that today, Fulani herdsmen have resumed attack again. They have resumed attack in a full force. They have resumed the attack. That was why in most of my program, I'll ask you, have you forgotten about the Fulani herders in the bushes? We had information when they were coming. We had when they were telling that they are waiting for a time. They are just waiting for a whistle. As soon as the whistle is being blown, they will start the operation. That they have occupied all the forests in the south. That story is true. And it is still the same way. Have you ever heard that the military have gone into the bushes to drive away all those Fulanis that occupy the forest? Have you heard that? The only people who are making it impossible for them to come to the Biafra land is the ESN. Because ESN, they have their base in the bush. They have no business in the city up to now. The ESN have no business in the cities. Their business is in the forest, in the bush, guiding our forest, making sure that the infiltrators do not penetrate. And that is why they are put at a halt. If you think that the Fulani killers have disappeared, they have not disappeared. They are very, very much around. Very, very much. If you have forgotten, you better begin to call your mind back. And you can see, you saw in the news that they have resumed the attack. And you saw what happened in Benue State. 35 people and more. Lost their life in Benue State. 35 people lost their life in Benue State. What does that tell you? It tells you that they are very much around. And I want you to always put at the back of your mind the revelation of Obadiah Melafia. I will keep on hinting on that revelation so that you don't take your one. You know, most of us are very forgetful. Some of us, Biafrans, we are very forgetful. But Biafrans, we are not supposed to be forgetful because we are the most endangered people in that Zoological Republic. We are the most endangered and we are the target. That is why we must pay attention to every information. You must not joke with it. You must not forget any information. It doesn't matter who brings the information. It doesn't matter who says it. You must not play with any information you get. And when you see something, extend it to your brother. That is why it is important when you come to a program, you share the video, share it on your platform, share it any place you belong, in your own platform, in WhatsApp groups that you belong, any WhatsApp group, share the video there. When you share it, you are equally saving lives. You are equally saving lives because some people are not paying attention. There are some people who are too busy. They are too busy to join on our broadcast. But when you help and share on different platforms, they are going to see it and they will come. You never can tell. You never can tell who you can save. We are trying to save as many people as possible. But we are not going back. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter the kind of weapons they bring. It doesn't matter the kind of weapon. It doesn't matter if they use aircraft. We cannot step an inch back. We are moving forward. Forward ever and backward never. Forward ever and backward never. As the day goes by, you begin to see reasons why you should get out of the Zoleka Republic. As the day go by, every day you wake up, you listen to what is happening in their media. You go to social media, you will see more reason you should fight more as a Biafran, fight more and more, add more effort to get out of the Zoleka Republic. We don't have anything in this place. There is no arrangement there is no accommodation for us in the Zoological Republic. In the Lugard, Nigeria, there is no arrangement to accommodate any indigenous tribe. It is a business between the Fulanis and the British. Nigeria is a British company, and they handed it over to the Fulani and gave the Fulani all the operating tools, all the tools of operation, all the tools of slavery. They handed it over to Fulani and tell them to continue to hold this land so that the oil will continue to flow to them while the Fulani continue to pursue the land. This is a business between two people. The British and the Fulanis. The Fulanis want the land, while the British want the mineral resources. And as long as the Fulanis are ready to make the mineral resources continue to flow to the British, they are good to go. The British will continue to support them. They will continue to support them. That is why you will kidnap their own citizens with their own passport, and they do nothing about it. Not even a sanction. They do nothing about it. They pretend as if they are saying it. Instead, they just pretend as if they're not saying it. It is time for us to save ourselves. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. It doesn't matter. This is not the time to pay attention about what your brother is doing and what your brother is doing. Forget about the saboteurs. We are focused. As we are counting 130 days, all you got to do, start doing it now. Anything you can do to make Biafra come, start doing it now. If it is prayer, you know how to pray. Continue, start to add more effort to your prayers. Add fasting to your prayers. If you are supporting financially, increase your support. The ESN fundraising is coming on very soon. The flyers are everywhere. Follow on, go and support. Not only your fundraising, not only on the day of fundraising, you have the website there. Follow the website and make your donations. That is the right way to go. The stage we are now, we must not leave any stone unturned. Every stone must be turned to make sure that Biafra comes. And this state that we are in, there is no going back. There is no going back. We have crossed the Rubicon. Nnamdi Kanu said it in his own word, that we have crossed the Rubicon. We have reached the land of no return. And if you are by any means thinking of going back, you are digging your grave. You are digging your grave. Please, if you have not liked this video, like. If you have not liked this video, like and share. If you have not liked this video, click like and share. As you are liking and you are sharing, we are involving more people into these discussions. We are in a critical time, a time that every information you hear is important. Every little information must be taken note of. Do not play with it. Do not play with it. And when we are talking about no election in Biafra land, it is signed and sealed deal. 130 days to go, we declare Biafra, and no man can stand against it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama have signed it as we speak, as the Biafrans have gathered together and decide 130 days to go. The decision of the whole Biafrans, spoken out by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. No man can change it. Chukwu Okike Abiyama take it and he's marking it with us. All you have to do is to key in. Don't try to figure out. I say it and I repeat it again. Don't try to figure out how it's going to happen. Do not waste your time to try to figure out how it's going to happen. All you have to do is to believe. Key in and believe. That is where we will overcome. That is where we will conquer. That is where we will be victorious. As for the zoo, we are gone. The Biafrans are gone. And I believe that my Oduduwa brothers are on their way out. And my Oduduwa brothers are going. They are going non-stoppable. The Middle Belters are going. The Middle Belters are going. When you hear the tone of governor of Benue State, you will know that he's ready. They are going. Even though he's a politician, there are certain things he will say. If Samuel Oto was to be a civilian, he will be speaking the way we are speaking. But for him being a politician, he cannot speak the way we are speaking. He's still having limitation. And today, I tell you every day, you will see a reason why you get out of Nigeria. You saw the report that Samuel Oto brought. You saw Atiku Abubakar, who is trying to be the president of the Zoological Republic. You see Atiku Abubakar, even when he has not become the president, he is now defending Mieti Allah again. Atiku Abubakar have started defending Mieti Allah, even while he has not gotten to the seat. Another Fulani man, when we tell you that these people are the same breed, the same thing, some of you don't get it. When we say these people, they are the same thing, you don't get it. You see Atiku Abubakar playing the same template of Muhammadu Buhari. He has started defending the Mieti Allah. You heard it from Governor of Benue State. Governor of Benue State said it point and black that Atiku Abubakar is the supporter of Mieti Allah. Because Atiku Abubakar attacked Governor of Benue State because Governor of Benue State said that it is the Fulanis that are killing his people. Governor of Benue State made it open because he has never changed for that word that the Fulanis are the ones attacking people in his state. They are the ones killing his state. And Atiku Abubakar came after him. Came after him to defend the Mieti Allah and the Fulanis. But when you see your brother Peter Obi is there. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have received justice. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have been let go. Yet they refuse to let Mazin Nnamdi Kanu go. Have you ever had your own? Have you ever had your own president telling them to let him go? But if Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was to be an Hausa man, if Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was to be from the southwest, Peter Obi will open his mouth and begin to ask the federal government to let him go. If Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was to be an Hausa man or was to be from the southwest, I bet you that Peter Obi would have been in the forefront to begin to call for the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu after the pronunciation of the court. But even when the court, even when United Nations, the court in Abuja, the court in Abia State have said, let him go, Peter Obi cannot still be bold to ask for the freedom of his own brother. He can't be bold to do that. He cannot be bold to ask for the freedom of his own brother. But look at Atiku Abubakar, who is pursuing that same president. Atiku Abubakar have started defending Mieti Allah. Atiku Abubakar have started defending Fulanis. Atiku Abubakar has started defending the herdsmen. He has already started building defense for the herdsmen, speaking for them. Herdsmen, the killer herdsmen, after killing in Benue State, the governor came out and called them out, and Atiku Abubakar attacked him. You see the Fulanis. You see the Fulanis. But your own brother, because he wants to be a president, he will be telling you about one Nigeria. Because he wants to be a president, he will always present himself as a Nigerian president. He will not speak about his own. I am telling you that if Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was to be an Hausa man, if Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was to be a Fulani, if Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was to be somebody from the southwest, Peter Obi will be the first person to begin to call for his immediate release. But because it is Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, the coward cannot be bold enough to open his mouth and say anything. The coward is so scared that he's very scared to identify himself with whom he is. Or is led for him to change his skin to Fulani. Led for him to change his skin to Fulani. The Mieti Allah and Northern Group have called him. He made different kinds of promise and assured him that they will be the ones to enjoy his government more than any other group. In his own word, he told the Fulanis that they will be the ones to enjoy his government more than any other person. Peter Obi said that in his mouth. This is how evil this will are. And some people are still there running from pillar to pole, talking about one Nigeria, talking about obedience. Some people are still there running from pillar to talking about obedience. When you know that we are dealing with a lawless country with lawless people. People that do not obey their law. They don't obey any law. Not the law of their religion, not the law of their court, not the law of their organization or their party. They do not obey any law. People wake up and do what they want to do. They don't care. All they care is about their own self-interest. All they care is about themselves. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. So why must you care about them? Why must you care about them? People that don't care, why must you be waiting for the presidency to do something for you? Why must you be waiting for political solution when you know that every politician you have in that Zolika Republic, they are evil? They are evil, pursuing their own selfish interests. Evil men, left, right, and center, pursuing their own selfish interests. And yet, you are waiting for them to give you a solution. What solution do you think they can give you apart from death? The only solution they can give you is death, to bring death upon you. That's what they can give you. I am telling you that if the London boy was to be, I don't know how to explain this. The London boy. If Nnamdi Kanu was to be somebody from the southwest or from the north, the London boy will be calling for his immediate release. He will be calling for his immediate release. He will be calling for his immediate release. But today, you see people talking trash everywhere. Even people that knows that Peter Obi is going nowhere, they will deceive themselves. See them deceiving themselves. See every one of them deceiving themselves. Even when the revelation have come, even when it has become very clear that Peter Obi is going nowhere, it has become very clear. All along, he has been deceiving you with your 1 million march. Today, you see PDP and APC rolling out 10 million march. You see PDP and APC bringing out 10 million men march. I told you that you wait until when the bullion van begin to roll out, then you begin to know who is who. Today they have started, campaign have started, and from the campaign and his tone, you have seen that his tone is changing. Peter Obi tone is already changing. His campaign managers they're already scared. When you cannot win the northern part of Nigeria, when you cannot get a vote in the northern part of Nigeria, how do you intend to be in Asorock? When you see the way they were talking to him when he went to meet the Northern Forum, you know that they just treat him like a child. See the way they were talking to him when he went to meet the Northern Forum. They were talking to him like a child. And he has nothing to say than to continue to not head for them. And began to give them promises that he said that the North will enjoy his government more than any other person. That the North will be the ones to enjoy his government more than any other people. It is sad. It is sad, the ugly situation we see ourselves, but we can never ever stop. We can never ever stop. All these mad people that are coming from all angles, distracting Biafrans and distracting what we are doing, Chukwu Okike is going to send you to hell. Chukwu Okike will send you to hell. See many irrelevant and irrelevant people coming to distract us. We must not be distracted. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Do not allow yourself to be distracted. Today, the state that we are in, you can see it. If you don't know that we are following the template of Chukwu Okike, you have to know now. I tell you sometimes when you wake up in the morning, after your day job from morning till night, after going to the platforms you have to go to and listen to, after going to the social media and their conventional media, and you see what is happening, sit back and think within yourself, why are these things happening? Why are these things happening? When you think about it, you will now realize that we are working with time. The time has come when Biafran should go home. The time for Biafran freedom has come. That is why you see everything is moving so fast. Everything is moving so fast. When Mazi Simon Ekpa, after the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, Mazi Simon Ekpa came out. Chukwu Okike took him. Chukwu Okike took him and gave him the power to lead. And since then, with all the attack and missile against him, right, left, and center, he was defeating every one of them with a snap of a finger. Every challenge that comes his way, he defeated with a snap of a finger. With all their blackmail and propaganda, this propaganda, that, at the end of the day, everything has come out to be that he is the person that is right all this while. So many people that have been fighting him, those who still have conscience in them, have withdrawn. They have withdrawn. They've gone back to their shelf. The only people that are still fighting Mazi Simon are the people whose their heart is sealed with iron. And those poor ones who are speaking because of what they will eat, because of recharge card or whatever, out of poverty. But the genuine agitators that has conscience in them, who were maybe mistakenly speaking against Mazi Simon in the past, every one of them have repented. They have repented. Go and check all the propaganda that we were putting. Everyone has become lying. Remember when they were singing, he doesn't have phone number to ESN. He doesn't have access to ESN. He doesn't have their phone number. He doesn't have any ESN. In that same amount, they begin to confess today. They have seen it and they are now confessing that Mazi Simon is in charge of the ESN. All the ESN camp is in the hand of Mazi Simon. He is in charge. They try by all means to destroy the fundraising. When you call fundraising, they will come and post nonsense under it. When I post the fundraising, they will come and comment under it. They will say it's a fraud. They will say it's a fraud. When we post it, they say it's a fraud. But with all those attacks that we are doing, still, Biafran people were not deterred. Biafran people were consistent in pursuing what they are pursuing. The more they continue to demonize him, the more he grows. The more they demonize him, the more he grows. And today, here are we. When he came and told us that, I know when Biafra will come, all hell break loose. All hell break loose. They say, how can you say, that he is deceiving you people? He's telling you anything he comes. He's just telling something to win your soul. He's just telling you people rubbish and you believe. All manner of lies. That how can he say he know when Biafra comes? If he know when Biafra comes, let him tell us, we can go and relax. He doesn't know anything. He's just deceiving you. He's just making people to be happy. They were saying that we didn't care. We didn't care. We were following. We were following, listening. Until Master Simon Ekpa came to the point where we begin to count days. When he began to count days, all hell break loose. They begin to attack him. They say, why he got there? He's lying. He's this. He's want to come. Some came and swore that if Master Nnamdi, if instead Master Simon Ekpa will bring Biafra, let Biafra not come. Some begin to swear and they begin to work against that days that he's counting. Somebody who claimed to be fighting for freedom. You said you want freedom. All of a sudden, your brother discovers the easiest way to get that freedom and he's moving towards it. And now you come and say you do not want that freedom anymore. You say you don't want that freedom. If the freedom is going to come from some person, you don't want it. But the person you are following, Nnamdi Kanu, by his own self told us that if you know what you will do to get Biafra, go ahead and do it. That's the message of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu did not limit Biafran struggle to a certain people. He didn't limit the Biafran struggle to himself. He was only doing what he feels he can do. Nnamdi Kanu was using his own platform effectively. Meanwhile, allowing others, if you know what you will do to get Biafra, go ahead and do it and stop gossiping. Go ahead and do it and stop gossiping. But today, when Master Simon Ekpa came and said, we have some days into Biafra, all hell break loose. And they didn't only talk against it, they began to work against it. They began to preach against it. They began to lie against it. But is it going to change anything? It's not going to change anything. The more they talk about it, they are making it go viral. And people are hearing it. The more they speak against it, it's making it go viral. The more they talk about it in their program, it's making people get more information about the coming of Biafra. And today, we are counting 130 days to the coming of Biafra. And if you think it's a joke, you are joking with your life. You are playing with your life if you think it's a joke. Everybody, mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, you must prepare yourself. You must. It is a must that you put. Just prepare your mindset. Prepare your mindset for what is about to happen. Prepare your mindset for what is about to happen because it is definitely going to happen. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or don't believe it. But at last, we'll be happy that we told you. At last, I will be vindicated that I said it. Any place you are watching from, wherever mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, prepare yourself. Get yourself ready. I have been saying it on daily basis. If you can get food materials, stock it up for yourself. Toiletries, stock it up for yourself. Get your own protection. Build your protections around yourself. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. It is not everything that will spell out for you on social media. We can't spell out everything. But when you are listening to us, we expect you to use your common sense. Master Simon Ekpa have done a wonderful job. In his last State of the Nation broadcast, I tell everybody, after listening to that State of the Nation broadcast, if you remain the same, if you continue to do the things the way you are doing it before, it means you are not mentally sound. After listening to the message of Master Simon Ekpa on his broadcast, State of the Nation, after listening to that State of the Nation, and you are still doing things the same way you have been doing it in the past, that means you are not sound. You are not sound. You are not mentally sound. You need to be checked properly. Because the state that we are now, we are going into a full-blown war. It is not a joke. Sometimes it's hard to believe that it's happening, but that is where we are heading to. Sometimes I wish it never happened, but we don't have a choice. Sometimes I wish it never happened. Just like our eternal leader, Dimo Jumeku said, that he did everything possible to make sure that the war didn't happen. He gave them all the solutions. He said, if there is anybody who can bring any political solution to make sure that war didn't take place. Let that person come forward. Ojukwu tried everything he could to stop the civil war. But what did they do? Nobody listened. The world kept silent, just the same way they kept silent now. The same way they are keeping silent. Biafrans have cried. Biafrans have complained. You have been killed. We have sent them different kinds of evidence. Picture evidence, video evidence. They have consulate in Nigeria, and they have seen with their own eyes what is happening. And yet, nobody's talking. Nobody's speaking. Today, you see the situation of Nnamdi Kanu. After their own court have pronounced Nnamdi Kanu, they say, leave him and let him go. He's innocent. And yet they are holding him. They come up with another one, and they were saying that Nnamdi Kanu is a flight risk. That Nnamdi Kanu is a flight risk. Because of their evil plans. Because of their evil plans, they are telling us in advance. How is Nnamdi Kanu a flight risk? How? Because you wanted to go into the flight and you bombed the flight, or what? How is Nnamdi Kanu a flight risk? All we want is the freedom of Nnamdi. Give him the freedom, and then let us see how he's going to go out. All we want is let him go. Let him go. Allow let every other thing be in the hand of Chukwu Kabiam. It's not your business. It's not your business. Do you know how he survived the attack you came to his house? Do you know how he escaped when you came to kill him in his house? So what business of yours is a flight risk? What business of yours is it? When you came to his house to kill him, do you know how he escaped? If they told you that he will survive in Kenya, do you believe it? And now you are telling that he's a flight risk, and because of that, that's why you will not release him. Then you continue to abuse his human rights because of your own selfish interest. It doesn't matter what they are saying. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming from. We are going home. And no man born of a woman can stop our going. We will go home. We are going home. 130 days to go. Continue to count, Biafrans. Count. And as you're counting, continue to prepare. Intensify in anything you are doing. Every single thing you are doing in Biafra land, increase it. Don't increase your effort. Increase your effort in all angles. Whatever you do, you are doing, increase it. This is not the time to withdraw. It is not the time to step aside. And I tell you, the hand of Chukwu Kabiama is in the struggle. And because the hand of Chukwu Kabiama is in it, it is going to be easy. Everything is going to be easy. Just like you see the case of the lawyers is becoming easy. The judge, the lawyers, their own case is being made easy by Chukwu Kabiama himself, making it easy. Do you think it is easy for somebody in that Zoological Republic to speak against a tyrant? Do you think it is easy for somebody to pass a judgment against a tyrant because after knowing the consequence? Before all the judges, they were there when they are Chief Justice of the Federation. Chief Justice of the Federation, the person that is in charge of the judiciary as an arm of government. The leader of an arm of government was removed, broad daylight. There was no heaven didn't fall. Heaven did not fall, not even a protest. The leader of a group, leader of a section of a government, an arm of a government, judiciary. You know, in Nigeria, you had the three arms of the government. You have the legislation, you have the judiciary, and the presidency. These are three independent arms of the government. But the presidency just opened, broad daylight. They went and removed the leader of the judiciary, Onoge, without committing any crime, without due process. And yet, it took effect. Nothing happened. Up to today, nothing happened. And then you think that it is easy for somebody to stand in that very country and speak, pass a judgment against that very government. For a man to stand and pass a judgment against that government, it requires an extra grace. It is the hand of God, not the hand of man. It is the hand of God. Chukwu Kabiama have infused the Biafran spirit have possessed everybody. Anybody that Chukwu Kabiama want to use, the Biafran spirit will possess you. The Biafran spirit have possessed so many of them, possess them even unknowingly. So many of them don't know what they're doing. You saw after they passed the judgment, they were transferred to different places. So many of them didn't know what because they know the consequence. In the normal instances, they know the consequence, and none of them would like to sacrifice themselves. None of them. But Chukwu Kabiama make them possess. Make every one of them possess in judiciary. And that possession will continue. Any place they take the case of Nnamdi Kanu, anybody that's in charge must speak to his own side. Wherever they take the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to, anybody that is going to sit on that case must favor Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It is a must. It is a must. Any judge that will sit on the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu anywhere on the planet Earth, and you are sitting on the judge of Mazen, you must favor him. You must. That is a mandate given by Chukwu Kagama. You must speak on his own favor. If you cannot speak on his own favor, you resign in the case. The spirit of Biafra will possess anybody that is going to pronounce any judgment in the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and they must favor him. It is a must. He has won again today. The Biafrans have won again today, won heavily today. When Aloy Ejimako was speaking, Aloy Ejimako said that all the things they brought before, about 8 counts that they brought before the judge that they were asking for, was granted to them. About 8 items they were requesting for was granted to them. None was removed. What does that tell you? It tells you that the hand of Chukwu Kagame is in it. This is the same country that have murdered innocent people. The same country that have murdered innocent people. You saw how they killed Sarobiwa. Ken Sarobiwa, you saw how they murdered killed Sarobiwa, broad daylight. Even while the world was intervening and saying all right, before they opened their mouth, they killed Sarobiwa. They don't care. They murdered him. That will tell you the grace that is upon Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That will tell you the grace that's upon Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. With all their pronouncement and all their heavy charges against him, all those charges was dropped in broad daylight. All the whole charges were rendered useless. Sometimes I still remember, I can still picture, I still try to think, and I picture the very first day they brought Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the Zulu Republic. I can still see the picture in my head. The day they brought Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the Zulu Republic, when Malami was making the announcement, first of all, he made the announcement with the Hausa. He made the announcement with the Hausa people to tell the Hausa people that they have caught their enemy. After making the announcement with the Hausa, then he switched to English and began to celebrate that they have caught their enemy. And he started his lies. He started his lies. That it was Interpol that helped them. Interpol that helped them to kidnap Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. When we said Interpol kidnap, when they saw that lie is not buying, they ran away from it. They never mentioned Interpol anymore. They never mentioned Interpol anymore. Until the revelation began to come that it was them and Kenya government. Kenya government tried to run away from it, but they can't run away from it. They will pay the penalty. They will pay the penalty. Any place the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is mentioned, somebody must take responsibility. Somebody must go down for it. Wherever you mention the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, today you see Malami. Malami is down already. Malami is down. Today, people have known that Malami is not even qualified to be a lawyer, let alone being the Attorney General of the Federation. Malami is not qualified to be a lawyer, let alone being the Attorney General of the Federation. But because you are living in the zoo, everything goes. Because you are living in the zoo, everything goes. Any idiot can come out and become your Attorney General. Any idiot can come out and be your Chief Justice, just like when they brought a Sharia judge. A Sharia judge under quota system. They made him your Chief Justice. And he was there, dancing, and then why they were in Asorock manipulating everything. Until all their mission is accomplished. Once they know that their mission is accomplished, now they went and bring somebody from the south under another agreement. They went and bring somebody from the south, and I believe under another agreement, but we are waiting. We are waiting to hear the pronouncement of that Chief Justice of the Federation, the new one. We are waiting. If they can take that case to his table and what he's going to say. We are watching and waiting. The zoo has ended. Any place you are, if you are indigenous, please locate your tribe and begin to prepare yourself. Any place you are, this warning is not only for Biafran people. You see, even as we are talking, United States have issued their own warning. We started warning before time. We started talking about it before time. But United States have issued their own warning. They have issued a warning about security threats in Abuja and Lagos and other places. And you see why Biafrans are not sleeping. In our own case, we are always alert because we know that the terrorists in Biafra land have been legitimized by the government, supported by British, supported by the United States themselves. United States themselves are supplying weapons to the terrorists in that zoo. They are talking about security threats. You are talking about security threats. Meanwhile, you are selling Tucano jet to a terrorist government. A terrorist government that the whole world know as a terrorist government. People that dialogue with terrorists, they have caught terrorists and released terrorists. They give money to terrorists. They give weapons to terrorists. Yet, you sold ammunition to them. And today, you are giving us information about security risk. Are you not mad? Are you not mad? And that shows you that these people don't care about you. The West don't care about you. They don't care about me. They just care about their own personal interests. It is about their interests. Everything is about their interest, their interest, their interest. They don't care about you. Whatever you say, whatever you do, it doesn't really concern the West. They don't want to know. They don't care. All they care is about their own situation. All they care is about their own affairs, their own interests. As long as their interest is protected, even if it's a demon, even if it is a demon protecting their interests, they are good to go. They will allow him to exist. They will allow him to flourish. They will sponsor in any way they can. And that is why they are sponsoring the zoo against the Biafran people. Sponsoring the zoo against a terrorist government that the whole world knows is a terrorist government. Everybody knows that in Asorock, terrorists are in charge. And it's not a skyrocket. It's not, when we say certain things, people will think that we're making it up. Somebody have said similar thing. Exactly what I'm saying now. Somebody have said it in their conventional media, in China television. Some of you have forgotten. Some of you have forgotten. A security officer in China television before the whole world said it, that the terrorists are in Asorock. Terrorists that are in Asorock, they are governors. A security man, a top security officer said it in national television. But after that revolution that man made, we never heard from him anymore. We don't know if they have murdered him or what. They silenced him. But we don't know that revelation that man made. The United States still have the gut to sell ammunition to the Russian Republic. They sold ammunition to them. They are still going on the same table with them. With all the crime they committed, including kidnapping of their citizens, they still allow them to come to the United Nations and speak. And that is why I say you must not put your hope in any international community, not the United Nations, not the US, not UK, not anybody. It is you and I that will free ourselves from this captivity that we're in. Because every other country is fighting for their interests. And I thank you, Canada, today we are having new allies. The Biafran people are having countries as allies. You see, when we say, it is good that they're not taking us serious. It is even better that they're not taking us serious. So that when they begin to unfold, it's going to take them by surprise. It will hit them like a hurricane. Biafra is going to hit Nigeria like a hurricane, and they will never ever survive it. They can never ever survive it in their history. And they will never forget. They will never forget. It's going to hit them. Today, Biafra have gotten ally. Countries as an ally. Countries. And as time goes on, we are not propaganda. We are not the kind of propaganda we begin to talk and mention names. When the time comes, the countries will introduce themselves by themselves. Not only countries, individuals that you never believed that will fight for Biafra, they are coming out today. Individuals that you never believed that will speak about Biafra, they are coming on board. They are coming on board to speak about Biafra, to fight for Biafra. And it will continue. It will continue. All you got to do is to key in. Any place you are as a Biafran, key in and begin to ask yourself, what am I going to contribute to the coming of Biafra? That should be the question you're asking yourself. What am I going to contribute within this period of time, within these 130 days? What is it? What will be my contribution? Ask yourself that question. If you answer that question effectively, you have no reason to begin to figure out how Biafra will come. If you can be able to give that question to yourself, then answer it effectively. You have no reason to be doubting. You have no reason to be trying to figure out how is Biafra going to come. The only reason why you are still having doubt, the only reason why you're asking questions, how is it going to happen, is because you are not doing anything on your own side. You are not doing anything. You are not picking up any responsibility. You are not picking up any. Pick up a responsibility today. If there is no one, pick up a responsibility today. If it is sit at home you're participating, participate more and make sure that more people join you in the sit at home. If it is prayer you're praying, pray more. Add fasting to your prayer. If you are fasting 6 to 6, fast more. If you can make a dry fasting, do it. If you are the one that is broadcasting, broadcast more. If you are one of those who is very good in sharing videos, when you see videos you share more Biafran videos. Share more videos. When you see Biafran broadcasters, every legitimate Biafran, mainly the autopiloted Biafran, autopiloted people who are autopiloted, share the video, make it go viral. When you see people talking, not people who are gossiping, I don't mean gossipers. I don't mean gossipers. I mean people who are speaking with their real face. We don't want people who are hiding on the keyboard. We don't want people hiding on the keyboard. Come with your real face. There are so many people today who are pretending to be fighting for Biafra. They will come out, they will hide under the keyboard and fight for Biafra, but they will come out with their face and they will fight for P2B. That is what some idiots are doing. Some bloggers, when you see them, they will come out, they will come on the keyboard. You will see them using audio to talk about Biafra. You will go and follow them. They will be on audio and begin to talk about Biafra. They will never show their faces. But when they bring out their faces, they will use their face to go and begin to fight for P2B. They will be campaigning for one Nigeria with their face, and they will hide under the keyboard and they will be talking about Biafra. This is what some people are doing. And that is why you must pay attention. It is very important that at this stage that we are, if you want to fight for Biafra, you come out and fight for it. If you don't want to fight for Biafra, go away and leave people. Let people who are ready to do it. If you want to fight for Biafra, be consistent and continue to fight for Biafra. Be ready to die for Biafra. If you're not ready to die for your Biafra, if you're not ready to put your life on the line for Biafra, you better give way. It is not compulsory that you must fight. It is not compulsory that you must join. Don't be a distractor. Do not be a distractor. Not you hide under the keyboard, you talk about Biafra, but when you come with your face, you begin to preach a different thing. When you come with so many of them, they have thousands of platforms. If you go to another platform, you see them in that platform, they will be preaching about the Zulu Republic. They will be supporting one Nigeria, talking about P2B. But when they come to Biafra issue, they will hide under cover. You will not see their face. You will only see audio videos. Audio, Biafra. Because they know that Biafra is a trending issue. They know that Nnamdi Kanu is a brand, a genuine brand. Wherever you mention Nnamdi Kanu, life. If it is a dry bone, it gets life immediately. Mention the name of Nnamdi Kanu to a dry bone, life will come into that dry bone instantly, without wasting time. That is what you see today. But we Biafrans, every Biafran you must be awake. You must be awake, Use your senses, put your senses in order. I say it anytime. Do not follow people simply because you hear them calling Nnamdi Kanu my leader. Do not follow people simply because you hear them, they are playing the message of Nnamdi Kanu every time. Do not follow people because you see the flag of Biafra on their platform. Do not follow people because you see them shouting Biafra. So many of them are not serious. They are not serious. They will talk about Biafra on their keyboard. But when they come with their real face to make a broadcast, you see them talking about one Nigeria. So many of them, they will talk about one Nigeria. So many people are like that. And you will foolishly go there and they will be deceiving you. You will foolishly go there. They will deceive you. They will be using it as an instrument to promote themselves. They will use it to build themselves. After building them, then you see them pursue every trending issue. And that is how you know such people. When you see a platform where people who are chasing about trending issue, anything that is trending, they don't have a focus. Everything that is trending, they will pick it. Everything that is trending, they will pick it. But the people who are agitators, the main people who are fighting for Biafra, they are focused. It is either Biafra or nothing. It is a Biafran platform. In all my platform, I talk about Biafra issue. You can't see me talking about anything anything trending that doesn't have anything to contribute to Biafra struggle. I don't talk about it. Whatever is trending that doesn't have to do with the freedom of the people, you can't hear me talking about it in my platform. I don't give a damn. Let the whole world turn towards that side. I'm focused on where I am. After you gerrymander everywhere, after you do your merry-go-round, you still come back and meet me where I am. Because I know what I'm fighting for. My freedom. I am fighting for my freedom. The freedom of my unborn children. The freedom of my own children. That's what I'm fighting for. The freedom of my generation unborn. That is what I'm fighting for. I do not want to transfer this fight to them. We want to end it in this generation. In 2023. We want to end this fight. In 2023, we want to bring it to an end. And it must end. It doesn't matter the lie they are telling from east, west, north, and south. It doesn't matter their propaganda. Any place they bring their let them go ahead. Bring more propaganda. Raise more hell. We are not deterred. We can never change in our words. Biafra must come. Biafra will definitely. It has come already. Biafra has come. Biafra has come. You have no choice. For those who have sworn and say over their dead body, Just make sure you get a casket for yourself. Just make sure you go and get a casket for yourself so that you don't bother your family. You don't bother your family going to buy it. Those who have said over their dead body, the time has come. You have only 130 days to purchase your casket, and your blood will be on your head. You'll be held responsible for everything that happens to you. You don't blame any of us. You don't blame any Biafran. Because we are fighting the just cause. Chukwu Okabia himself told us to move, and we are moving. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing. It doesn't matter what you're saying. It doesn't matter your propaganda and your blackmail. We are not deterred. We are not shaking, not moving. We are not flinching an inch. Keep on lying. Keep on blackmailing. Keep on doing whatever. We are not bothered. Our spokesperson, Master Mareka, said it, that we are focused on the real enemy. That is where we are. A time for response to the blackmailers and responding to the time have gone. When Biafra come, everybody that is the saboteur in Biafra land, they will answer for it. We have their list. We have their name, including those who are hiding on that keyboard, and they think we're not seeing them. We see them. All the Biafran saboteurs, those who you see they hide on that keyboard. In the night they are Biafra. In the morning they are one Nigeria. When they hide on the keyboard, they begin to talk about Biafra. When they come out, they begin to talk about one Nigeria, talk about P2B. We see all. This social media you see, social media, you can't hide anything in social media. As long as you're coming in social media, people will fish you out. As long as you are coming in social media, we'll fish you out. We'll fish you out. We'll fish you out. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Biafra is coming. And we are working with the time that Chukwu have given us. There will be no election in Biafra. That one is signed and sealed already. This one is not. There's no even. It is signed and sealed that election cannot take place in Biafra land. It will not take place, and they know it already. They are seeing the picture. They know it already. That is why you see they are bringing hell to Biafra land. They want to create chaos. They want to make sure that we go into issue premature. They want to drag us into an issue premature. But you see, our spokesperson, Master America, has said it. Because Chukwu Okabia is in charge, Chukwu Okabia made it possible for us to know what they are planning. We are 1,000 miles ahead of them. 1,000 miles ahead of them. As they are trying to push us out prematurely, we are not moving an inch. We are not moving an inch. We are concentrating on that which matters. We are concentrating on the issue at hand. That issue that matters. That is where we are concentrating. They can't distract us. They can't distract us. Look at the kind of mayhem they are causing in Biafra land. Taking the life of innocent people. Kidnapping and kidnapping our young men. Killing our young men on daily basis. Even as you're watching this video, they are still kidnapping people in Biafra land. Disappearing our people in Biafra land. And they want us to fold our hands and continue to watch. They want us to fold our hands. Well, water, we continue. Water, we continue to the end. That is the code. Water have increased to the high definition. Water, all the way to all angles. It will continue. Water, on daily basis. It will continue. No man born of a woman can stop it. You can't stop it. No matter how you try, you cannot stop it. You can't stop it. Evangelist Ebukobi said that Evangelist Ebukobi, he said, will you heal the madness that is older than you? Are you going to heal a madness that is older than you? Biafra is a madness that is older than anybody you can think of. Biafra, you can't stop it. You can't stop a moving train. You can't stop a moving train. You can't stop a moving train. It doesn't matter how many people they kill. It doesn't matter how many people they destroy, how many lives they destroy. It doesn't matter how many property they destroy. Chukwu Okabia have given the mandate that we'll go home. Chukwu Okabia have pronounced it that we'll go home. And we are going to go. No man born of a woman can stop our movement. We'll go home. We will go home. We will move into Biafra land, safe and sound. And as we are marching, even at the end of the day, if it is 3 or 4 people that survive, those 4 people will build a nation, a sane nation called Biafra. But as for Biafran flag must be raised in 2023. Biafra flag, it must be raised in 2023. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. And do not try to disturb your brain to try to figure out how is it going to happen. How is it going to happen? How is this going to be possible? Stop disturbing your brain about that. Don't bother. Don't trouble your brain about that. All you got to do is to do that which you know you can do. If you know that thing you know you can do, do it. That's all. Do it and leave the remaining. Just do it and leave the remaining. The more you continue to look to different directions, the more you continue to talk about irrelevant things, the more you continue to distract yourself. The more you continue to distract yourself, the more you continue to lose focus. The more you lose focus. But as long as you believe in Chukwu Okabiama as a Biafran, Biafrans, we believe in Chukwu Okabiama. There is no other stronghold we have. There is no other pillar we have except Chukwu Okabiama. That is why you see Chukwu Okabiama in everything we do, in our names that we bear. You see Chukwu Okabiama. The handwriting of Chukwu Okabiama is in every activity we do in Biafra land. The hand of Chukwu Okabiama is in every activity we do. Among all the tribes you see in that Zodiacal people, there is none of them that is as religious as the Biafran people. They are not, none of them is as religious as Biafran people. In as much as when you come, you see the big churches are not owned by Biafrans. But when you come about people who are religious, they are found among the Biafran people. Even though, including those whom their religion is corrupted, including those who have corrupted themselves, including those who they are following the wrong religion, who their brain have damaged, including those who, because of religion, have left their own responsibility and they are living it for God. There's nothing we don't have in Biafra land. And it is because of the fear we have for Chukwu Okabiama. That is what they are using against us. Because of the respect and fear we have for Chukwu Okabiama. That is why they are using it against us. They know that when you call Chukwu Okabiama, a Biafran man will not like to contest with Chukwu Okabiama. We don't want to go against Chukwu Okabiama. Once you mention Chukwu Okabiama, every Biafran will key in. And that is why they are using this as an advantage over us. But I tell you, every Biafran, even when somebody is calling Chukwu Okabiama, you must listen with your brain. You must go with your brain. Don't say because somebody is talking about Chukwu Okabiama, you go blindly. Even if somebody is calling Chukwu Okabiama, listen to them, but use your brain. Use your brain, put your brain in that. Apply your common sense. Because it's that thing Chukwu Okabiama gave you common sense. There are certain things that Chukwu Okabiama have put in your hand to do. There are certain things that Chukwu Okabiama have made it mandated that it is you that will do it. If you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. If you don't do it, it will be there waiting for you. Chukwu Okabiama cannot come from heaven and do it. There are certain things that Chukwu Okabiama cannot come from heaven and do. He has done it already. He have kept it as your, not that he cannot do it, he can, but it is your own responsibility. Everybody has to be responsible. Chukwu Okabiama do not have anything to do with any lazy person. Chukwu Okabiama do not deal with lazy people. Everybody must be responsible. You must be doing something. And Chukwu Okabiama have placed responsibility in the hand of human being. But some people, out of their stupidity, out of their senselessness, they forget their own responsibility, and they are taking their own responsibility and giving to Chukwu Okabiama. I don't know why it is difficult for people to understand. Let's take, for example, when you saw Christ, when you saw some of you who are Christians, some of us that are Christians, you remember the story of Lazarus. Some of us that are Christians, you remember the story of Lazarus, how Christ resurrected Lazarus. You saw the miracle of Christ, how he resurrected Lazarus. You saw what happened there. With all the strength and power that Christ had, there were still some responsibility that was left for the people. With all the strength and power that he had, there were still some responsibility that was left for the people, and it is the people that must do it. That resurrection of Lazarus is a very good example for people to open their eyes and know that it is not everything that Chukwu Okabiama will do for you. There are some things that Chukwu Okabiama will want you to do by yourself. And if you don't do it, it will be there staring at you. When Christ came to resurrect Lazarus, what did he do? He did not come there to command the stone to roll away. Not because he didn't have the power to do it. Somebody who can command a dead body to stand up can command a stone. To command stone is the easiest thing he can do. Anybody that can raise the dead, to command stone to move is the easiest thing the person can do. But Christ did not command the stone to go. Christ told them, roll away the stone. When he came to the place where they kept Lazarus, he told them, roll away the stone. It was ordinary people that went and perform that responsibility, they went and took away the stone. They gathered together, they rolled away the stone. He didn't command the stone. He didn't say, stone, move away. He can do it. If he can raise the dead, he can equally tell the stone to move. But that was a responsibility meant for the people. The people removed the stone. And then he prayed. After he has prayed and prayed and prayed and commanded Lazarus to rise, Lazarus rose up and came out. But when Lazarus came out, he was still tied with the rope they tied, the way they tied dead bodies in those days. When they carried dead body, they would wrap it around. When Lazarus resurrected, as we saw from the Bible, when Lazarus was resurrected, he was still tied. Do you think that Christ cannot command those things they tied his body to disappear? He can command those things that they tied his body to just fall out without asking anybody to go and touch it. But that again was the responsibility of the people. He said, lose him and let him go. It was the people that came there and began to lose Lazarus from his hair. Lose him until his toes. And Lazarus left. That shows you that there is a responsibility that only you must carry. There are some responsibilities that only you and you alone must carry out that responsibility. Nobody will do it for you. And if you don't do it, it will be there waiting for you because Chukwu Okabe have done his part and leave this one. You are going to do it. That is why today, the coming of Biafra remains in the hand of the Biafran people. It is you and I to do anything that Chukwu Okabe is putting in your heart to do today. Start doing it. Our gallant men have given their life. These are people who have sacrificed their life to defend the land. They have given their life willingly to defend the land. All they need from you is the tools. The tools to defend the land, that is what they want. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? The tools to defend the land. All they need is give them the tools to defend the land. What are you waiting for? You are still scared. Maybe you're going to put your money into the hand of the scammers. But you have seen that the whole money that has been donated from the past 1 year today is being utilized properly. We have seen the effect. The effect of the one you have donated, you have seen it. And you have seen how far we have gone. Within a short space of time, you have seen the speed. And for the fact that you are hearing a date is being mentioned to you. It is not like you are pursuing something that you don't know when it's going to come. A date is being mentioned to you. 130 days to go. What are you waiting for? Why don't you come out? Come out with that wealth that Chukwu Okabe has placed in your hand. Because of this time that we are in. Chukwu Okabe gave you blessing. Because of this time that we are in, what are you still waiting for? Why are you not coming out to sponsor? Why are you not coming out? What are you still waiting for? What? Tell me. What are you still waiting for? At this state that we are in, what are you still waiting for? What is your excuse? Can you tell me your excuse? Why you are not going to support what is happening? Why won't you support the Biafra struggle? At this point in time, at this state that we are in, what are you waiting for? What is that you can tell me that is distracting you? What is distracting you? What is distracting you? What? What is that is distracting you? All you have to do, give your wealth. Support the ESN the best way you can. The fundraising is coming up. Come and join the fundraising that is coming up very soon. The flyers are everywhere. Join the fundraising and support the ESN. Don't even wait until fundraising. The website is there. Go to the website and make your donation. Your widow's mite can go a long way. We don't have any sponsorship. We don't have any country sponsoring by now. It is you and I that are sponsoring. The allies we have in the countries are still waiting. The allies we have are still waiting for us to do something. Then they will come in. You must do something. You must start up first before you can see people coming in. The agreement have reached, but the allies are waiting for us to do something. And we have volunteer. Enough ESN is not recruiting anymore. We are not recruiting. We have more than enough men on the ground. But the issue is the tools. Support the ESN the best way you can. Give your support from all angles, from all corners. Whatever you can contribute, begin to contribute that now, not tomorrow. Don't wait. Stop waiting. Today, we are dealing with human, not people hiding on that keyboard. Not somebody answering a spokesman. You don't know him. You don't know his picture. You don't know where he lives. You don't know his job. Somebody in charge of your finance. You don't know his job. You don't know his name. You don't know where he lives. Today, we are dealing with human beings. Every one of us see my Simon Ekpa on daily basis. You can call Simon Ekpa, you can talk to him, you can discuss with him, you can ask him questions, you can argue with him. We have Honorable Azuka. Honorable Azuka is there. Honorable Azuka has her number. Her number is out there. You can call Honorable Azuka, ask your question, say what you want to say, make your contributions. Ask him to be accountable. She will be accountable to you. We are dealing with human beings, people who are doing, and already we are seeing what they are doing with our eyes. So what are you waiting for? Why are you still allowing yourself to be distracted? Why are you still allowing yourself to be distracted? Biafrans, we have to wake up. The time is now, not tomorrow. I appreciate everybody that has joined me on this broadcast from the beginning to the end. Anybody that connected to this broadcast, mainly our brothers in Biafra land, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect you, secure you. No bullet of the enemy will touch you. My brothers in Biafra land, Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. No bullet of the enemy will touch you. Any part of the world where you are watching from Biafra land, from the zoo, from any part of Africa, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, any place you are watching from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. If you are a Biafran, you are going to witness Biafra. You will raise the flag of Biafra with us and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If you are from Oduduwa land, you are going to see Oduduwa in your lifetime and you will celebrate in Oduduwa land. You are from the Middle Belt, you will see freedom and you will celebrate in your lifetime. Any part of the world where you are coming from and you are genuinely seeking for freedom in your heart, you will witness freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure Sunday Igboho, give him more knowledge, wisdom, and strength to continue to fight on until the last minute. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our strong men on the ground, our volunteer force. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama build a wall of fire around them, secure them for us. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect all our Umuada that are doing marvelous work. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide them, continue to hold them strong for us, continue to prosper them, continue to secure them wherever they are. Honorable Azuka, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect her, secure her and her family, continue to be with her. May she continue to have that sense of reason. May she continue to lead. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every single one of them. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our media group, the Autopilot media. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect the Autopilot media. Guide them, protect them, secure them, give them the strength to continue to pass the information so that Biafrans can be awake at all times. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our brother Simon Ekpa, our spokesperson, the spokesperson of Biafra, Master Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to increase your mental toughness. May he continue to secure you. May he continue to flourish you. May he continue to nourish you. May he continue to give you more inspiration. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to give you more guidance and secure you in your going out and your coming in. No weapon shall come against you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our school Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Wherever he is at this material hour, we commit Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in his palms. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to carry Mazen Nnamdi Kanu like an egg. No weapon formed of against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon of the enemy shall affect him. No missile of them. Any poison that he injected in the body of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the doctors of Chukwu Okike Abiyama will come spiritually and take it away. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to bear Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in his hand. Bear him and guide him and protect him. Secure him. Give him long life in the land of living. Bring him back to us very, very soon as we are expecting him. As he's coming, he's going to come back to us safe and sound. No weapon formed of fashion against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed of fashion against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed of fashion against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. I appreciate you. I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Thank you and stay blessed. Yeah, I'm a Baka supporter. A full-time Baka fan. I'm a full-time Baka fan. Full-time Baka. Barcelona. That's my club. Amauku. I'm a Baka fan. Amauku.
In the language of heaven.
That's where we are. Thank you for your patience to be with me up to this minute. I appreciate every one of you. Amubu say I'm on the wrong club. Say I'm on the wrong club. Say I'm in the wrong club. I'm in Baka. It was Messi took me to Baka and they sold Messi, so I'm still looking at them with one eye. So maybe they will be my second choice now. Since they sold Messi, I've not been in good terms with them too. They sold out my best player, the man that brought me to Baka, Lionel Messi. So since they sold Messi, I'm no longer constant with them. Well, that's my club. Anyway. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate every one of you. And I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwuka Abiyama. Bye.